Today, we're going to talk about Warp's MCP support, which, in my opinion, makes it the best MCP client out there. Well, almost. Now, if you know nothing about the amazing Warp terminal, I've already created a video going through my top 6 features. I'll add a link to it in the description. But basically, this is the only terminal that I know that lets you seamlessly prompt LLMs, has an agent that can make changes to your entire codebase, can order you a wrap if you're hungry, and now has MCP support. That is awesome. Let's get into it. So at the time of recording, MCP support is only in the Warp Preview version, not regular Warp. But Warp Preview supports all major operating systems, so you have no excuse. Once installed, you should see MCP Servers right here. Or you could go to Settings, AI, scroll down a bit, and you can see MCP Servers over here too. I already have the Context 7 MCP server installed, which gives us access to these tools. But let's add another one. Give it a name of Cloudflare, and add the following command. But you'll notice this is a server-sent event URL that I'm using in CLI instead of SSE. I'll tell you why a bit later on in the video. But here we have the option to start on Warp Launch, which is a feature that I don't think even Cursor provides. And we can add environment variables over here, and all this information gets synced to Warp Drive in the cloud. I'm going to hit save, and after I authenticate with Cloudflare, I can see that this server is running, it gives me access to all these tools, and I can view the logs, which is really useful for debugging. Okay, let's test this. I've told Warp to build me a rock, paper, scissors game using Vite, React, and TypeScript, and I've also told it to use the latest Tailwind and ShadCN UI, getting the up-to-date documentation from Context 7. I'm using dispatch mode, which is going to use O3 for planning and O4 mini for execution. But before I hit enter, thank you for watching the video this far. And if you love this kind of content, then you should go ahead and hit subscribe. Okay, I'm going to hit enter, and we can see Warp is thinking, which is a good sign. Okay, so it's asked me a few clarifying questions. It's written a plan for the game, and now I'm going to run this job, which can take some time. So I'll come back to the video after it's finished. And here is my app made in one shot, which, apart from the weird styling issue, seems to work quite well. Only joking, I made a few additional prompts to clean things up, and I had to re-prompt it to use Context 7, which it did, and we can see here it's using the library and providing me with some new Tailwind code. Looking at the code, it does have a Tailwind configuration. It uses Tailwind classes in the code, and it does seem to import ShadCN, even though it made its own custom components. But even though it's not perfect, it is a good starting off point. But there are a few things I wish would be improved with the MCP support. First of all, it would be nice if you could add the JSON configuration instead of adding a command. Yes, I know Claude Code doesn't support JSON either, but most MCP servers on their GitHub page only show the JSON example, so it would be nice to copy and paste it into Warp instead of having to figure out what the command is. This will be particularly useful if you're adding lots of Docker-based MCP servers. And second, this might just be a skill issue on my part, but when I was adding the SSE URL for Cloudflare, it didn't work because of authentication issues. Now, it was nice I could see what caused the issue inside the logs, but I have no idea why using the CLI worked and the SSE option didn't. But hey, there's a reason that MCP support right now in Warp is just in preview mode, and I'm sure the team over there are working out all the kinks. But what do you think? Do you love it? Hate it? And if you're not a Warp user, has this convinced you to try it out?